In astrology, Venus shows our love style. It shows what we find pleasurable, what we find attractive, and what we value. So, if you're wanting to know how someone is in love, you want to look at their Venus sign placement. Now, for the most popular video of all, Venus in Scorpio, always the most long awaited video. People really want to know about these mysterious humans that have Venus in the sign of Scorpio. So, with Venus in the sign of Scorpio, we have individuals that are very magnetic, very sexually attractive to the opposite sex. And it's not really based on physical appearance, it's actually like a subtle form of energy magnetism that these people have that none of the other Venus signs has, at least not in the same way. So, people with Venus and Scorpio exude power and energy. So, they definitely would do them well to know this, because when they're younger, they may not even realize that this is going on, that they actually have this power, this attractive magnetic power, and it's not based on their physical appearance. Yeah, it's like an energy thing, it's a sexual energy thing. So, because Scorpio is the sign of sex, and people with Venus in Scorpio have sex appeal. And this is important to know because they might not realize why people react to them in such a strong way. People can be jealous of them, people can be fearful of them without knowing why, because of this power. So it's just a good idea for them to know that they have this power, and then they can decide how they want to use that. The person with Venus in Scorpio does absolutely nothing halfway. They are a very all or nothing individual, and this goes for love, but it also goes for other areas of their life as well. It's really rare to see a Venus and Scorpio person doing something that they're not fully passionate about. That would be like the death of them. They go all in with everything. So these people are very passionate, although they won't always let this on early. This isn't like Venus in a fire sign, it is more calculating. So even if they're not showing it, you can be sure that they have passion seething under the surface. Interestingly, about this placement, it's actually Venus in its detriment, because Venus rules Taurus. So it is inherently a more difficult placement for Venus. These people have to go through many deaths and rebirths in their life, and usually love relationships are going to be the area where they transform the most. So this is the type of person that can go through the absolutely soul-crushing, devastating breakups and heartaches in their lifetime that ultimately leads to growth and wisdom. It's kind of like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Love is not easy, and one of their biggest lessons and challenges in this lifetime is learning to truly value themselves, trust themselves, love themselves, and also to value and trust others. This placement can have such a history of being hurt in love, with their big hearts, that they can actually become fearful to ever be vulnerable again, because there's so much pain and even suspicion and paranoia of people, because Venus in Scorpio is naturally more attuned with like what's going on under the surface and what's hidden in people, that they can sometimes imagine a betrayal when it's not even really there, just because of their past experiences in love. So this is a very deep and complex placement that would even go beyond the scope of this video, because these videos can only be 10 minutes long as far as in this format. So anyways, it's a very powerful position to have. When you see it in someone's natal chart, you know that they are an incredibly powerful person, a very deep lover, and just a very deep feeler in general. Although unlike the other water sign Venus placements, you might not see that on the surface because they can have that, stone face. Sorry. But they definitely do have an emotional energy field. So, like, while the Venus and Scorpio person likes to remain mysterious and, like, has that aura of, like, I have no feelings, people know that they do, because as soon as you look into a Venus and Scorpio person's eyes, you can feel the depth of passion and feeling in them. So, in the relationship sense and in the love sense, these people have a powerful sex drive and, huge urges that they like to remain hidden, but you can feel them from the person. And when you actually do date someone with Venus and Scorpio and they trust you and they open up to you, they can be an absolute powerhouse in bed. This is probably the most sexual Venus sign placement, although they're not as openly giving of this to just anyone. They do need to feel safe and comfortable with you because it is Venus in water. Scorpio is actually a more sensitive and vulnerable sign than they would ever let on. But when they do feel safe with you, they really have a powerful high sex drive. And they also do have an urge, both men and women with Venus and Scorpio have an urge to possess you and to make you crazy about them. And depending on the level of self-love and the individual, this could be sort of manipulative. It is common to see a Venus and Scorpio person manipulate you to completely fall in love with them, and then without the intention of actually being that person for you. That can sometimes be seen where they know they have this powerful magnetism and they love to feel like they have people on their thumb or whatever. Like they really like to have that power and control over someone. So essentially, when you see a person with Venus and Scorpio, they are a very dominating person, even the men and the women. So it's really interesting because they are essentially such a dominating person in love and in life, but they also like to be with powerful people as well. So something that this placement has to learn too is that natural give and take in a relationship that is healthy, right? So not just with them having all the power all the time, they have to learn how to coexist with another powerful person because powerful people really turn them on. So once the Venus and Scorpio person has healed to a certain level, they can actually be capable of the most deep, incredible soulmate love, because this is actually a loyal sign once they do heal, which unfortunately does not always happen. But when they do get to that place where love is in their heart rather than pain and fear and paranoia, they are capable of the most incredible, deep soulmate love. And on some level, their whole lives, they know this. They know this is what they're here for, and it really means a lot to them. So they take everything in a relationship so seriously because these are the type of people that know they are here for their one true soulmate. And after all the heartaches, they do tend to have that type of love that is long lasting and never changing, and that's exactly what they want. They're also very powerful, like in a business sense. That's something that I should mention here, is that they definitely have an eye for business and can be very powerful leaders in the workplace as well. Also, because of that power and magnetism, it doesn't have to just be used for sex or relationships. They actually have incredible power in their life to manifest a certain level of success and authority in the business world too.